Welcome to Morden, Manitoba for a game between the Central Plains Capitals and the Pembina Valley U18 girls here. I'm Cody Wall here, your play-by-play commentator, brought to you with Seth Rock here. To my side here, he's going to be doing the color commentary for me today. Seth, how are you today?
Oh, not so bad. Just got up doing my own play-by-play a little bit last night with the Hawks against the Yellowhead Chiefs. But looking forward to this game between the Hawks and the Central Plains Capitals.
Yeah, definitely going to be an entertaining game. We have in front of us here, Pembina Valley coming off a bit of a harder performance yesterday. Just tell us a little bit about that game that you got to do the play-by-play for yesterday.
Yeah, it just seemed right off the start that the Yellowhead Chiefs were just a step above it just seemed like the Yellowhead Chiefs were a little bit just a step above the Hawks in this game. They just didn't. It didn't seem like they were. It didn't seem like they had their foot on the gas right from the start of the game, and they had to kind of just regroup. And towards the end of that third period, it looked like they started to catch their mojo a little bit, but it was too little, too late. Where the Central Plains just had a big lead, and it was too hard to come back from.
So we could probably expect a 60-minute effort from the Hawks coming into today's game, wanting to kind of maybe fix some of the mistakes they made yesterday and come out firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, definitely. And, the Capitals themselves came off of a tough loss last night as well, losing 5-0. So they're definitely hungry themselves to get back into the win column. So we got two very hungry teams going at it this afternoon.
Yeah, and when we have two hungry teams, that often makes for a real good game when both teams are competing and coming into the game and fighting hard to get that next win. Both teams, like you said, coming off of losses, going to be looking to come into this game and pushing hard to try and assert their dominance on today's game.
Yeah, certainly. Both teams, like we said, looking to get back in that win column. And today is the perfect thing. Only one team can win the game. And, these two are definitely going to be extremely hungry. And there are going to be, players to look to in this game. We kind of alluded to it on the inside scoop there on Wednesday. But, these Hawks girls definitely looking to get back in the win column. Same with Capitals.
Yeah, and just looking at the lineups for today, looks like Central Plains is going to have a couple of players missing here, with 4 players missing, starting with Bryn Tosh, number 6, number 8, Phoenix Freeze, number 9, Danica Botterill, and number 14, Miranda Wirch. 4 players that, when you're down, when you're missing players in a game where, you're wanting to get off to the right start, conditioning may be something that comes into play here when you're missing so many people.
Yeah, definitely, and the Central Plains Capitals team is definitely going to be looking to players like Danica Botterill to put up points. She's had an excellent season so far with 16 goals on the year in 21 games, or 22 games, I should say now. Definitely a key player for them, and she's been one of those players all season that people like to watch because of her skill.
Yeah, definitely a notable omission from the lineup today for the Central Plains. They do have a newcomer for their team today. They have number 10, Abby Kramer. She is going to be APing for the Capitals today, making her Capitals debut today. And then as for the Hawks, they had a bit of injury trouble earlier on in the year, but it looks like they only have one player missing today, and that looks like it is a definite notable player they're missing in number 12, Annika Braun. But with having a majority of their team, one player doesn't make or break a team, Seth. But definitely a player that the Hawks are going to be missing. But with only one omission from the schedule or the roster today, they'll probably be able to, share the ice time a little bit more, and hopefully be able to keep their conditioning up when they do have a little bit more players than the Capitals.
Yeah, they, the Hawks, like you said, had struggled earlier on in the season with some injury problems, but they do got a relatively full lineup today. Of course, they are still missing Annika Braun, but that is one of their key players as far as offense goes on this team. She has a lot of speed in her game, and they're just going to have to look to find a replacement in that, and that's where the team effort comes into play. You got to look for any kind of player to just kind of fill the role, and I think all forwards on this team are going to be looking to fill that role without Annika Braun in the lineup.
Yeah, and when you are missing somebody who maybe gets a little extra ice time, another thing to consider is somebody who maybe doesn't normally see that maybe power play time and all that extra ice time that Annika maybe would be taking in a game like today. It's an opportunity for somebody who maybe hasn't experienced that role so far this year to maybe step up and show that they have a little bit more to give.
Yeah, exactly. And, one player I noticed in yesterday's game for the Hawks that was playing really good, I had given the player of the game to Kaylee Franz, the goaltender for their team, but a player that I thought was really close to receiving that was Marissa Fair. She had a very good game yesterday, especially when she was on the penalty kill, being able to get in the way of pucks, blocking a lot of traffic, and blocking her fair share amount of shots as well, and getting opportunities off those blocked shots and turnovers. So she had a really good game yesterday, and I'm curious to see what she's going to be capable of doing in this game today.
Yeah, definitely. You said Marissa Fair there was a notable player for the Hawks. Definitely think she's going to be a notable player today, wanting to build off of that solid performance, as you said. And maybe she will be one of the people that's able to collect some of that extra ice time that we had talked about wanting to spread around with Annika missing. But we do have our starting lineups for today for the Hawks. They are going to go with, up front, so they're going to go with Abby Bordeaux. On the wings, they're going to have Cambry Martins and number 8, Maya Pierce. And then on the back end, they're going to go with Janique Grenier, paired with number 10, Emily Foster. Definitely a solid starting lineup there for the Hawks. And they're going to be going with Tria Entz. And then for the Central Plains Capitals, they're going to be going with Taylor Bell, number 19, Madison Halliuk, and number 4, Jada Clayton. And then on the defense, they have Ava Matthew McCall and 16, Jalen Duncan. And then in net, we got Elise Den. A quick commercial break, and we're going to be brought to you on the ice surface with Seth Rock. He's going to be collecting an interview here with captain of the Pembina Valley Hawks, number 24, Quinn McLaren. We'll quickly bring it to a quick commercial break for you.
Seth, over here.
I apologize for all you watching at home. Looks like Captain Quinn McLaren had taken off to the dressing room already, so we're going to have number 18, Abby Bordeaux.
You can't hesitate, guys. Be confident. Go. Abby, right here. Right here. Seth, back there. There she is.
All right, we're gonna send it to our interview on ice with Seth Rock, paired with number 18, Abby Bordeaux.
All right, so after last night's loss, what do you think are the keys to your guys' game this afternoon?
I think we just got to come out there and play a full 60 again.
All right, sounds good. And what do you think the team's approach is for this game today?
Come in hard, battle hard, win puck races. I think just work hard, outwork them.
Yeah, that sounds good too. And After a tough loss like you guys had last night, how was the morale in the locker room for this afternoon's game?
Short memory, forget about it, and just come ready to play tonight.
Yeah, certainly that is a very good way to approach this game. Thank you very much for the interview, Annika, and Abby, and then go and have a great day.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that was Seth Rock there, brought to you on ice with Abby Boarded. We definitely a player that is going to be a notable player for the Hawks today. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break, and then we'll bring you back to the Huron Event Center for a game between the Central Plains Capitals and the Pembina Valley Hawks.
At CM Engrave, we create more than just trophies, medals, and signs. We create time. Time for family. Time for growing your business. Time for the moments that make you, you. With more than 30 years experience for all your engraving needs. CM Engrave.
Welcome back to Huron Arena here in Morden, Manitoba. I'm here with Seth Rock. I'm Cody Wall here with Seth Rock. About to call the interesting game we have in front of us between the Central Plains Capitals and the Pembina Valley Hawks. Seth, you got a chance to go down to ice side there with number 18, Abby Bordedwee. Nice little interview you did there with her.
Yeah, she just covered a few things with, in regards to what happened to last night's loss, that it's a new day, new game, put that as your number one thing on your mind and just go out there and have fun and start hard, go out there, skate as fast as you can, get to win puck battles, get to pucks first, just the simple things that you get it done in the offensive and defensive zone.
Yeah, for sure, and a player of Abby Bordedwee's caliber, they'll definitely be looking to lean on her a little bit. Looking at her stats coming into today, through 25 games, she's got 29 points, which leads her team in points. So definitely, after coming off a bit of a hard run, I think they'll definitely look to her to get a little bit of momentum generated here.
Yeah, certainly. Definitely one of those players that, you look to lead by example, both for offensive play and just her overall leading capabilities as well. And speaking of leaders, Captain Quinn McLaren, she's one of those leaders that they look to do everything out there. She's a defender, very tall, so she has that good long reach. Being able to get to pucks first is quite easy for her. And then also, she has a lot of speed, being able to go on rushes and really lead the rush sometimes as a defender, showing both her offensive strengths and then as well as her defensive strengths, always out there against the other team's top lines, always out there on the penalty kill, making sure she has, she's got things covered and she's got things unlocked in her play. She's definitely one of the other people on this team that the team looks to lead by example as well.
Yeah, definitely something you can't take for granted, maybe with Quinn only having 10 points, which from a defenseman is very good, but it's not necessarily her point totals that they're depending on her for. They're, like you said, leaning on her leadership and her defensive capabilities. With her being a defenseman, that is always first kind of priority is taking care of your own end, and that's something they definitely look to her to do, kind of playing in all facets of the game. She plays a little bit of power play, a little bit of penalty kill, and of course 5-on-5. Looking at the Central Plains Capitals, we were talking a little bit about some of their one of their strong players that they're going to be missing is Danica Botterill. Looking at throughout the lineup, there are a couple other players who have had some fairly good offensive years for themselves. One of them is Matta Fletcher. Apologize if I said that name wrong. Number 17. She's somebody I think, for a team who also is coming into this struggling a little bit, might be somebody that the Plains will want to lean on.
Yeah, definitely. Danica Botterill being out, that's a big hole in this team's lineup, and for sure, yeah, Meta Fletcher, she's the other person on the team that they look to create a lot of offense, and this afternoon's gonna be a big test for her, being able to put up points and really lead the team offensively without the help of Danica Botterill. So it should be interesting what this team can do, and they also got other players like Taylor Bell, Jade Clayton, and others as well that can help put up points, and really just they're going to need overall team depth performance if they want to get the victory here today.
Yeah, definitely. All the way through, looking through their lineup, they have players who can contribute on the offensive side, and then looking at their goaltending, that is something definitely. They have two compatible goaltenders in Elise Denbo and Annika Moroz. They are going to be going with Elise Denbo today. In 14 games this year, she does have 2 shutouts and is rocking 291 goals against with 883. Seth, goaltender with those kind of numbers, those are fairly good numbers. Looking at compared to some of the other goaltenders around the league, looking for her to be a big part of this game today.
Yeah, definitely, and especially with the the amount of depth that this Hawks team does have, she's going to be facing a lot of action, and you can count on her to make saves. She's had some excellent games in the past year, and this is one of the strong suits that this team definitely has is goaltending, and they can definitely rely on both of them to play. But today is Elise Dembo's turn, and she's definitely going to be looking to get the victory here tonight. And she's had some excellent games in the past, so really expect her to really try to shut the door down against the Hawks.
Yeah, definitely not going to be an easy night for the Hawks to get a puck by her. But, in the same turn, the Capitals aren't going to have an easy time getting pucks past Tria Enns. Looking at her stats, they're just as good in 12 games this year. She has 1 shutout and is rocking a .255 goals against average with .908. So definitely 2 goaltenders going head-to-head here who definitely have a lot of work behind them, but also some experience and are going to do their part to lead their teams today.
Yeah, exactly. Goaltending is going to be a really big part of today's game, and definitely looking to both goaltenders to kind of rebound after some tough losses in the past few games for these two teams. So yeah, definitely looking for the rebound for both goaltenders.
And just before the ladies come out onto the ice here, Seth, who are your kind of players to watch? I know we've talked about a couple of different names, tossed them around, but who would be your player to watch first from the Hawks?
Yeah, from the Hawks, there's multiple players that are going to be, you're really looking to put up some numbers in today's game, and I think today I'm going to go with Mackenzie Cooling because she did get a goal yesterday. She opened up the scoring. I believe it. She got the second goal of the game yesterday, and she had a very good game aside from that, getting multiple chances on a game that the team wouldn't really be the most happy with after that 5-2 loss, but she was definitely very good in that game, and I'm looking forward to seeing her play tonight or this afternoon as well.
Yeah, definitely a player that we've noticed kind of develop as the years gone by, through the games we've been able to call here, able to kind of see the progression of players as they continue on through this season. And then looking at the Central Plains Capitals, a team we maybe don't see, so we maybe don't have that same development and watching every day. But who would be your player to watch for Central Plains today?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Meta Fletcher. We talked a little bit about her before, and with the absence of a player like Danica Baudrell, you can definitely expect their team to lean on Fletcher here, and I think she's going to be the player to watch because she is doing very well this season, and without the absence of Danica Baudrell, I think this team is really going to look to her to really lead the way tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And just kind of let's talk a little bit about game plan. About what do you think head coach Dana Bell is gonna want to do? With, like you said, Danica Baudrell being out, do you see him maybe playing a little bit more player to player and maybe sending an assignment on a player like Meta Fletcher, where somebody who you maybe try to single out their star player and really try to suffocate the offense from the other team? Is that something you think Dana Bell here maybe is going to try and do, or maybe just try and play a little whole team defense by committee?
I think it's honestly got to be a team defense by committee sort of performance here because when I'm going back to the stat sheet here, you see that these players have they don't have, outside of Danica Baudrell and Meta Fletcher, the rest of their point getters are under 10 points except for defenseman Sydney Rumpley, and I think a defensive game for the Hawks is definitely the way to go for tonight, especially with the forecheck that they do have on this team.
Yeah, definitely be interesting to see how the coaching matchup goes between these two teams. Both coaches are definitely going to want to get the edge on the other and pull every card, every little trick they have up their sleeve out to try and get that next W for their teams. And it looks like teams have made their way out to the ice here and now doing their hurrahs at the net and looks like the Capitals now are going to go to the bench, and looks like we're going to be lining up here for the playing of O Canada once the Pembina Valley Hawks, the home team, makes their way to the bench there, and all players on ice here are going to be removing their hats and helmets here, and we're going to stop for the playing of O Canada. Right, and after the playing of O Canada, looks like the players are gonna put the headgear back on because we are in the 21st century here, Seth. We don't play with no buckies no more.
No, and it's definitely those are definitely scary times. No, I don't like playing without. Now thinking at it, like, you know, how much pucks people go high and how high people shoot pucks. It's just definitely a really scary thing to not wear a helmet. So luckily for these players, they got that. But here we go, opening draw of the game.
Yeah, definitely. All the advancements here in hockey are definitely for the benefit here. And as you said, we are underway here. Abby Bordewee wins that face-off back to number 10, Emily Foster. That puck's going into the Capitals' end there. It gets passed over to number 16 of Jalen Duncan. And that puck on net there by number 8 of Maya Pierce. Nice chance there early on in the game here. And looks like, Emily Foster not quite able to get a handle on that puck to keep it in, and that puck is going to be sent in by Clayton, and that's going to be picked up by Foster. Foster looks up ice, and she goes across to Anderson. Anderson comes into the offensive zone, but that puck's poked away by number 15 of Collardo. Capitals come up the ice, and that puck gets to Quinn McLaren. She puts it in deep, and that's going to be picked up by number 14 of Caitlin Anderson. Anderson sends it to Anderson. She puts it on net and ends up back to McLaren. McLaren sends it on deep, and that's going to be picked up by Caitlin Anderson. And puck's put on net there by number 9, Mackenzie Coolin. Number 15 for the Capitals comes up from around behind the net, but she's going to get the puck lost in her stick there. A little bit of melee ensues, and Jessica Anderson tries to make her way to it. But that puck is knocked loose, and that goes to Poutot on the D, and Caitlin Anderson able to get a couple whacks in it on Elise Denbo there, and we've got some life here from the Hawks here early, Seth.
Yeah, definitely a few good, a really good first shift for the Hawks, and you saw that opportunity in front of the net for Caitlin Anderson. Didn't look like Denbo had a full piece of that first shot. The rebound coming out a little bit easily, but look to see her work on that throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, definitely. That puck is sent in by Fiala. Fiala's pass is picked up by the Central Plains, and that pass for number 5 of Nimitz is off target. It's going to be picked up by number 13 of Ava Matthews-McCall. And Triance is going to cover that one up, and we're going to get a line change here on defense.
There's their first opportunity for the Capitals, being able to get that shot. But Tria ends, it wasn't too hard of a shot, and she was able to get in front of it and make the stop for another early whistle.
Yeah, always. That was an easy shot there. Sure, she'll see a lot more difficult ones here going into today. But that point shot from Sydney Rumpley almost makes it on net, and that's going to go to Abby Bordewee. She tries to put it to Cambry Martins. but that puck is loose. That gets sent down into the Capitals' end. It's going to be picked up by Colatrigo. That's going to be picked up by Abby Bordedwee. Brought around the net there, and she's going to wheel up the ice here. She's looking up, and she sends it on deep and is going to go out for a change. And Quinn McLaren's going to meet her in the corner and just kind of assert her dominance there. Puck's going to be brought up ice by Halliuk, but it's going to be intercepted by McLaren. And that's going to go to Mackenzie Cooling. Cooling sends it in, but that pass is intercepted, and that's going to be sent down for an icing call and brought back to the Capitals' end here.
Yeah, so a speedy start for both teams, getting some back and forth chances, but Hawks have had a few more opportunities than the Capitals, but look for that to kind of balance out throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, both teams getting a couple of chances early here, and that face-off is won by Jessica Anderson. Jessica Anderson gets that puck in deep, and she pins it along the boards there, is waiting for help from sister Caitlin. And that puck squeaks out to the Capitals, and that's going to be brought up by Solinsky, but she fumbles with the puck there. Number 10 of Abby Kramer is going to go on deep, but that pass is off target. Sends up to number 22 of Vanstone. But that pass is off target. That's going to be picked up by Colatrigo. That goes to Kramer. Kramer goes up, and she's met by Fair. Fair pins her, and that puck's going to be left for Grenier. Grenier tries to send it up. That puck ends up meeting Fair. Fair tries to chip it on past, so that's going to be picked up by the Capitals. And that puck is sent around. That's going to be picked up by Marissa Fair. Marissa Fair gets that one back from her teammate. And the puck goes on net there, and Scarf not able to get a stick on that one. And Grenier able to intercept that pass there and able to get it back into the offensive zone and sends it over to Scarf, and Scarf manages to register a shot there before the wind whistle.
Yeah, definitely a really good start here for the Hawks. Certainly better than yesterday's start. They weren't able to really get the legs moving early yesterday, but today it seems like they've been on their game and they've been able to get a few opportunities because of the speed they've been using.
Yeah, that's always reassuring to see the girls out there moving their feet there, Seth. Really maybe learning from yesterday's game. That's going to be brought out by Bordedwee. Bordedwee doubles on back. She looks over, sends it to number 11. And number 11 sends it over to Maya Pierce, number 8. And Pierce gets that one in her skates and is battling with Nimitz. That puck squeezed back to Couteau. And Bordedwee tries to get that one past Bell, but Bell able to stay in the lane there and intercept the pass. Nice play there by Bell to generate a shot off of that one.
Yeah, definitely. The Central Plains Capitals coming back with a few of their own chances. Get a few shots on net, but yeah, both teams certainly looking more equal than what we saw yesterday.
And that's always reassuring, making for a good game between these two teams. We're going to get back to play here, and then comes Fiala. Fiala loses that puck to number 17 of Fletcher. And Jessica Anderson is stopped up by number 12 there, Caitlin Lang. Puck goes on deep, and that goes up to the Hawks bench. Carroll sends it back to Grenier. That's over to Foster, and Foster sends it to Cooling. That puck ends up going back to Grenier. Grenier sends it over to Dale Bozic, but that pass is off target. And it goes back into the Hawks' end here, and Grenier sends it over D to her partner Foster. That puck is intercepted by the Capitals. It's going to be brought up by Kramer. Kramer's behind the net, holding on to it. She's got it in her feet there. That puck squeaks out to the Hawks defender. And a free puck up there, and that's going to be met by the defenseman for the Capitals. Foster goes back. She's got a foot race with number 4, Jada Clayton. Quinn McLaren tries to make a pass, but that pass is intercepted and turned into an opportunity for number 11 of Taylor Bell. This puck's going to not make it out of the Hawks zone. Second time is able to get it out, and number 13 sends it over to Nimitz. Nimitz loses the puck to Bordedwee there, and Bordedwee dangles around Duncan there and is not able to finish off on the play, but it looks like a little shot there given by Taylor Bell to Abby Bordedwee, and she looks like she's going off in pain here.
Oh yeah, it looks like she's holding her throat a little bit. It didn't look too good. Got a stick up high. It definitely was an accident by the looks of things, but she got off on the bench fine and just need to shake that one off a little.
Yeah, hopefully just a small shot and she'll be back out there on the ice. Definitely a player they're not going to want to be missing today. But back to play here. Central Plains wins that face-off back, and that's going to go to Colatriglio. Apologize for the name mispronunciation. That puck gets in deep to the Hawks zone, and that's going to be picked up by Puteau. Puteau wheels around the net, and she sends it to Cambry Martins. Martins not able to hold on to that puck, and that gets up to Lang. Lang rips a shot on Tria Entz. And a nice backhand there by Quinn McLaren to get the puck out of the zone. But Halyuk's going to send that one in deep, and it's going to be picked up by Fiala. Fiala's got a woman in pursuit. She sends it up to Vanstone. Vanstone's wheeling up. She gets past the red line, and Vanstone able to draw a penalty on that play.
Get a look at our first power play of the game for the Hawks.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to be sending the Hawks to the Supplement King power play. Athletes contact Supplement King and Swift Current and Winkler today for all your supplement needs.
And it looks like Kaylee Solinsky was the one who took the penalty there, which given the Hawks power play and really a chance to get on the board first here.
Yeah, well, with the Hawks buzzing so far early, they'll definitely look to generate a little bit of momentum on this power play. That puck is going to be recuperated by Captain Quinn McLaren. She sends it up to Fiala. Fiala's got some room to skate here, and she's got wheels going. Fiala stops up and sends it back to Anderson. And Anderson takes a shot, and that one looks like maybe fooled Denbo there. Cooling comes out of the corner. She sends it back to Caitlin Anderson, and Caitlin Anderson able to put the puck on net and pull it back for the rebound. And that goes to Caitlin Anderson. Anderson still able to hold on to the puck and cycle it around the boards. And looks like Cooling is going to try and win the foot race there, but no such luck. That puck gets back to Grenier, and the Hawks are going to restart here. Bordedwee, good to see her back out there. She's going for a bit of a skate here. She goes behind the net and is looking for an outlet. She sends it over to Grenier. Grenier over to McLaren, and McLaren takes a shot from the point, and that one squeaks out past Denbo. Going behind the net is Pierce. Pierce sends it up, and that goes to Grenier. Grenier sends it on down back to Pierce. Pierce back to Grenier up at the point, and that shot is blocked by Clayton. And Halyuk's going to try and get that one out of the zone, and she is able to do that. McLaren and Grenier with a little D-to-D pass here, and Bordedwee just tipping the puck in to avoid icing. And that puck is going to go all the way back to Quinn McLaren on the point. She sends it to Maya Pierce. Maya Pierce right back to McLaren. And a nice shot by Quinn McLaren.
What a shot is right, making the post sing there, as we like to say here on ASTV. Captain Quinn McLaren getting things started on the power play for the Hawks, and what a goal there, and who better to get the opening goal in the game than the captain?
Yeah, what a beautiful goal, like you said there, Seth. And goals here are brought to you by Evolve Green. Evolve Green. And, like you said, just a beautiful shot and a nice give and go between Maya Pierce and McLaren there to passed it along the point there. And it looks like we're going to be back to play here. Capitals trying to generate a little momentum of their own. They're going to have Fletcher there meeting up with Fiala. Fiala able to get that puck into the Capital zone. That gets up to Solinsky. Solinsky not able to get it around Fair. Fair goes in deep, and she holds on to it, sends it around to the other side, and that's going to be picked up by number 15 of Izzy Colatriglio. Colatriglio backhands that one out, and that gets to Van Stone, but that pass is tipped by number 18 of Solinsky. Jessica Anderson here on a race for the puck, and she tries to send it to the front of the net. Mackenzie Cooling's going to win the battle to the puck there with Bell. But Bell presses her against the boards. Abby Kramer trying to force the puck out of the zone there, and that's a nice move by Solinsky. But Cooling able to get a stick on that deep, and it looks like the Capitals have a little bit of time here to set up. And that puck goes up to Kramer. Kramer not able to get it around Boarded Wee. And Capitals wheel in here looking for an open outlet is number 7 of Rumpley. And Rumpley trying to give us a souvenir here, Seth. Thinking we maybe needed a puck.
Yeah, it definitely scared me on that play, but there is mesh there, but every time if something comes flying at you, you get ready in case it's going to hit you.
It's just a habit there, Seth, always getting a little nervous when you see a body check or a puck coming at you, but we are back to play here. That puck is going to be picked up by number 16 of Duncan. Duncan sends it over to Kramer. Kramer looks cross-ice but not able to get a stick on that pass. Boarded Wee able to intercept it, and Fiala sends that one in deep, and it's going to be stopped by Elise Denbo. Number 13 of Ava Matthews-McCull is going to send that one up, but that's going to be stopped by number 5 of Marissa Fair. Puck squeaks back to the Capitals here, and Gracie Carroll's gets a stick on that one, and looks like we're going to have a whistle for the outside.
And Gracie Carroll's, last night had a pretty cool game. Being able to score a goal from behind the blue line on a dump in, you don't often see those go in, but what a gift wrap goal for her yesterday.
Yeah, those goals are always kind of a little fluky, but you always appreciate them too. They look the same on the score sheet. Here we go. We got Madison Halia coming up the ice here. She's met by Emily Foster. Foster not able to contain the puck there, and that squeaks over. And Gracie Carls takes a bit of a spill there when trying to poke at the puck there, and we're going to get a face-off to the inside of the Hawks zone. All right, so we're going to have a face-off just to the blocker side of Tria Ents here. That face-off is going to go to Jessica Anderson. Anderson sends it over to Caitlin Anderson. And she tries to chip it out, but no such luck. That goes back to Poutot. Poutot sends it back to McLaren. McLaren up to Cooling. And Halyuk able to get a stick on that from the Capitals. And Matthews Macaulay is pressuring Anderson there. A little bit of body contact maybe on the play, but the refs deemed it not penalty. Nice cross-ice pass there, but Border Wee gets a tip on that puck. Up comes Maya Pierce, and she sends it back to Border Wee. Border Wee dipsy doodling around. She sends it back to Fiala. Fiala back to Border Wee. Border Wee to the behind the net for Pierce. And a nice shot by Border Wee to get it on Denbo there.
Sorry about that, Cody.
No, and just was going to say, Maya Pierce is looking like she's got the assists, all the passes, the grade A passes out there today.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that too. It's an excellent passing play there by the Hawks, being able to, generate an opportunity right in front of the net. But nonetheless, there was no goal in the play.
Yeah, just a great play by the Hawks so far early on in this period. But we're going to go back to play here. That pass from Solinski is just off target for her teammate Fletcher, and looks like we're going to get an icing.
Hawks coming out here having a pretty excellent first period so far, getting their fair share of chances. Shots being 9-5 for the Hawks. They were able to get a goal on one of those shots. So, yeah, very good start this period for the Hawks.
That face-off is won by number 5 of Fair. Back to Grenier. Grenier. Hawks lose the puck there, and that goes back to Solinski. Solinski sends it over to Lang, but Lang must have just pulled it behind the blue line there, and we're going to get an offside. But, yeah, with all the pressure that the Hawks have had, the Capitals definitely have had their own opportunities, too, in spurts. And face-off is going to be won by the Hawks. It's going to be sent to Grayson Carrolls. Carrolls sends it over to Fair, and Fair tips it into the Capitals' end. Rumpley's going to pick up that puck, and she's going to shield it. That gets sent to the front of the net by mistake, and that's going to be picked up by number 5 of Nimitz. Nimitz loses the puck. That goes to Grayson Carrolls. Carrolls not able to handle it, and that's going to be met by Jessica Anderson. Jessica Anderson meeting up with Clayton there. That puck goes back to McLaren. McLaren sends it over to Cooling. Cooling handles that one and gets it in deep to the Capital zone. Duncan sends that one around, and that's going to be picked up by Halyuk. Halyuk's going to be met by Fiala. That puck goes through Fiala's feet there, and it's going to be sent over to McLaren. Sent over to Caitlin Anderson. Caitlin Anderson sends it over to little sister Jessica, and Jessica is going to pursue number 13, Ava Matthews-McCall. That puck squeaks over to corner, and it's going to be picked up by number 11 of Taylor Bell, but she misses on the play. Fiala gets the puck, and she sends it over to Caitlin Anderson. And Caitlin manages to get a bit of a backhanded play there, but looked like Denbo almost couldn't get a pad on that one there, Seth.
Yeah, it kind of bobbled it a little bit, but she was able to, maintain, corral that puck and cover it up, giving her team a bit of a line change there to get some fresh legs out on the ice.
And that faceoff is won again by the Pembina Valley Hawks, and that's going to be sent over to Bordeaux. Bordeaux not able to handle it, and it's going to go up to Bell. Bell sends that over to Halyuk. Halyuk picks that one up in speed, and she's going to be met by Foster. And that puck squeaks over to the corner, and that's going to send back to the defenseman. And it looks like we're going to be having a Hawks penalty here.
I believe it was for a hook. I didn't really see what happened on the play, but I believe there was a hook on the play, which was why Foster did get the penalty there.
And that is going to send us to the Pembina Valley Hawks penalty kill. And it looks like we're going to have Marissa Fair there taking the face-off, met on the other side by number 4, Jada Clayton. That face-off is won back to the defenseman on Capitals. Capitals able to get a point shot from number 7, Rumpley. Rumpley gets the puck, and that sends it over to Bell. Bell eyes up shot and puts it on net. That goes back to Halyuk. Halyuk sends it up to the defenseman of Bell, but she's not able to hold on to it, and that puck goes out of the zone. Halyuk gets that one on the far boards here, and Halyuk's waiting, stops up, and she sends it back to Rumpley. Rumpley takes a shot from the point, and that shot hits Triance and bounces into the corner. That goes over to Bell. Bell sends it over to Halyuk. Halyuk winds up, and she puts a shot on it, but that's blocked. That puck is cleared by Marissa Fair, and Taylor Bell is going to go back to collect that puck and set up again for the power play. She's looking for an outlet, and she sends it over to Lang. Lang is met by number 8 of Maya Pierce. Taylor Bell is going to carry this one up and get around Poutot here, and she's going to stop up and try and create a little bit of offense here. That puck squeaks out back to Ava Matthews-McCall, and she's going to send it up. That goes to the feet of Caitlin Lang. Lang sends that one up to Solinsky, but that puck is going to be picked up by Puto. Puto sends that one around to Bordedui, and Bordedui is just going to be able to clear that puck, but that's stopped up by Duncan at the center ice there. Abby Kramer is going to send that puck over to Duncan. Duncan's going to pick that up and send it over to Lang. Lang met by Fiala, and she knocks that puck loose. Solinsky's open for a pass, but Bordedui manages to pick that one up, and nice shot by Abby Bordedui on the penalty kill here just to get a opportunity.
Yeah, what a read by Abby Bordedui as well, being able to see that the pass was going to be going to the other defender, and she was able to pick that puck off and get her own chance. Unfortunately for her, she wasn't able to bury it, but another good save there for the Capitals.
And barring any sort of miracle, it looks like the Hawks are indeed going to kill off this penalty here. And we are back to full strength here. That puck is going to be picked up by Fiala. Fiala is going to be looking for an outlet here. She sends it over to Carols. Carols manages to get a stick on that and sends it up to Fair. Fair tips that up to Del Bozic, and Del Bozic tries to get a stick on that, but she's stood up at the blue line there. Halyuk comes in, and she puts a puck on Tria Ents, and that puck goes to the corner. That's going to be picked up by Puto. Sent up to Carols, and Carols just ices that one. And it looks like we are going to get a face-off to the blocker side of Tria Ents here.
Yeah, I've noticed from both teams' power plays so far, they've done a very good job at getting the puck back to the point and sending a sneaky shot through traffic. I noticed that a few times. Quinn McLaren on her power play goal, she had actually shot the puck twice like that before on that power play. So it did seem like she was finding some success, and she did end up finding the ultimate success as she was able to bury a goal like that.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of teams nowadays are kind of going to that generating shots from the defensive spots on the power play, that umbrella type play. But we are going to be back to play here. Puck's going to be picked up by Carols. Carols sends that one to the blue line, but that's going to be stopped by number 7 of Rumpley. Rumpley able to keep that one in. That puck squeaks by defenseman number 15, Izzy Colatriglio. The puck goes back to Rumpley. Rumpley's pass is tipped, and that goes off target to Grenier. Grenier over to Foster. That Foster pass is picked up by Anderson, but she's not able to corral it. Jessica Anderson here tries to deke around Matthews-McCall, but not able to keep a hold of that puck. Matthews-McCall holds on to it. She sends it up, but that pass is off target, and we are going to get an icing here.
As the first period winds down, we're definitely looking for, both teams to get in the locker room and refresh and get ready for that. Get ready for the second period.
Yeah, and with this face-off here, we are just going to tick over to the last minute of playing in this first period. Entertaining first period we've been a witness to here today. That's a nice shot by Erica Fiala to get on net there.
Yeah, and it has been a very entertaining first period. Like you said, both teams getting their opportunities. Hawks being able to convert on their power play opportunity, and the Capitals not getting so lucky. But on their power play, they were getting quite a few shots on net and being able to move the puck pretty well. So it was an overall successful power play for the Capitals.
Yeah, definitely not able to generate a goal, but able to generate some momentum on that power play was the Capitals. Puck is going to go over to Maya Pierce. Maya Pierce sends it behind the net to Van Stone. Van Stone's going to race for that one and try to chip it up to Cambry Martins. Martins not able to get that puck out of the zone, and that goes back to Halyuk. Halyuk takes a high shot, and that one goes over the boards to Pierce. Lang rips that puck in, trying to get it deep, but Fiala able to pick up that shot. She sends it over to Carols. Carols going up. With 14 seconds remaining, Carroll's looking to try and generate a shot or two on net here, and she sends it back to Puto. Puto, nice shot from the point, but looks like we are going to be getting a interference penalty on number 7, Sydney Rumpley of the Central Plains Capitals.
And it just goes to show the Hawks there again, throwing the puck back, and this time it's not on the power play, but they throw the puck back to the blue liner, and they shoot through traffic, and they are able to get shots on net like that, and they've done that quite a few times throughout the first period, so it does definitely seem like that has been the strategy for today, at least as far as getting shots on goal is concerned.
Yeah, and it's always a way to kind of generate some room, right? Because it seems like offensively, forwards seem to always kind of stick a little bit lower, giving the defenseman a little bit more of an option for the play there. But with only 3 seconds ticking off of that penalty for Rumpley, we are going to have the Pembina Valley Hawks on the Supplement King power play when we do come back for the second period. This first period was brought to you by Case Financial. Looking to buy a home? Contact Case Financial for your mortgage.
Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of on-ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment.
All right, welcome back to Morden, Manitoba here for our contest between the Pembina Valley Hawks and the Central Plains Capitals. I am your play-by-play commentator, Cody Wall here, and we're going to do our segment we normally do between periods here, the Seth's Inside Scoop. Seth, we've been watching a pretty entertaining game here today. What are your first kind of thoughts on this first period?
Yeah, both teams got a few chances right off the start. It definitely did look like Pembina Valley we're in another gear. Kind of caught the Capitals off guard a little bit, but after that Capitals power play, that they weren't able to score on, but they got a few shots on. It definitely looked like they started to turn things up a little bit, but definitely a really good first period.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, a good first period. I would have to agree. It seemed like the Hawks maybe caught the Capitals a little bit flat-footed in that first couple minutes there, just generating a couple shots right off that first little bit there. But for the most part, I think both teams had kind of settled in and been a pretty even matchup going forward for the rest of that period.
Yeah, definitely. As we said, both teams were getting their chances, and nonetheless, the goal scorer of the game was Quinn McLaren after getting that 1-0 goal on the power play. And we had mentioned it a few times earlier on when we were on those power plays, was that both teams were generating shots from the point, trying to shoot through traffic, look for a tip, and if not a tip, maybe generate a rebound and then a goal. And with Quinn McLaren's goal, she just held cradled it and shot it through traffic and was able to, hit that middle bar. And, you gotta love the sound that middle bar makes when someone scores and then the puck hits off it.
Yeah, definitely a great sound to hear from a goal scorer's perspective. Not something I personally did a lot when I was playing hockey there, Seth. I didn't score a whole lot of goals. I mostly heard the ting of the lucky bounce not going in. But we're going to talk about this game here today. Who have you thought has been kind of a standout player so far in this first period?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with assistant captain on the Hawks right now, Abby Porter-Dewey. Although it almost seems like every game she's doing some special things on the ice, but she definitely was generating quite a few opportunities. Rushing the puck often. Being able to use her quick legs and generate a few opportunities, and use her skill set to her advantage as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, a player that we're always seem to be talking about, Abby Porter-Dewey, a player who's always generating. If not from her, her hands, often generating from her quick feet and just finding other ways to be a factor in the game. And for the Plains here, Central Plains Capital, who do you think maybe was a player of notice in that first period?
Yeah, this was definitely a period where I think, I don't think for the Capitals it was one player in particular that I noticed. I just really liked the way that they were going about the game as a whole unit. I look to see and I see every shift there's a player, every shift that they've had, or every line I should say that they've had has had a good shift so far, and I can't really, pick a player from their team. I think their team has definitely played very good as a unit so far when they have even on their better shifts. There wasn't really a noticeable person. I just noticed their whole team at playing well, moving the puck together, really utilizing their teammates, and being able to generate quite a few shots on goals while, getting a lot of passes in before getting those shots on goal.
Yeah, and as you alluded to, shots are fairly even here. Just looking, the Hawks have registered 14 shots on net to the Capitals' 10 shots. I would have to agree with you there, Seth. Looks like they have been just a good collective unit. We had mentioned before in the pregame show that they were missing a number of players. Looking at their bench, it definitely is something you can definitely see. There is a difference in woman power on between the two benches. Looking, Hawks able to have close to 3 full lines, with the Capitals only able to run looking like 2 lines and a couple stragglers on the bench as well. Definitely something that could come into play later on in this period or in this game.
Yeah, certainly. When you have less players, odds are you're going to get a lot more tired quicker. So I think, it kind of plays into what we were saying before. I think the team as a whole needs to be the star player of the game. I don't think they're at the end of the game, if the Capitals do get the win here, I think it's, a player of the game won't necessarily be one person. I think it's going to be, a collective group of the team because of how well they've been able to manage play so far without some of their best players in the lineup.
Yeah, for sure. And a theme we've kind of come to find here is seems like for the Capitals to kind of generate here, definitely going to have to depend on their overall team play and depth. But something that maybe could be in their benefit is, there is obviously the tired factor with playing a lot when you're down. But one thing it could also be a positive is, when there's less players, you're able to keep in the rhythm of the game a little bit more. If the whole team is on the same page, that's something we could see is just, keeping in that rhythm of the game and, going on almost every other shift, able to keep that momentum going if they do get onslaught of momentum going here.
Yeah, definitely. And to your point, when you do have less players on the bench, there are also less players you need to worry about on your team to give the puck around. So, it'll be a little bit easier to memorize they already know their teams, their tendencies, their teammates' tendencies, but it might be a little bit easier to manage those tendencies with less players on the bench.
Yeah, definitely good points that we have there. We are going to be just getting underway here for the second period. Looks like the referees are just at the gate there, and we're closing the Zamboni door. Just going to be getting the coaches out here in a minute here. There, Seth. I think we're going to be in stock for another good period here. Both teams have, like we kind of mentioned in the inside scoop here, that we're kind of just relaying into the next period, but both teams came out strong, and we're going to be looking to have another strong period from both teams going on here.
Yeah, definitely. And the Hawks are 1 for 1 on the power play so far, and here they got their second power play of the game. They, of course, only had 3 seconds to work with at the end of that period, but they pretty much got a full power play to start out this period, so it might actually be to their benefit. They could hop on the board, maybe get another goal early to kind of catch the Capitals off guard, especially because the Capitals are killing a penalty. But here they come. Here come the players.
Yeah, definitely. They'll be looking with being on the man advantage to get some momentum going early on this period. It could be a difference maker here, this well-timed power play for the Hawks here.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing the Hawks definitely try to come out here and get that goal right away. It's nice to keep that power play hot, getting some more opportunities on net. But, the Hawks definitely looking to come out here and try to strike as fast as possible on the power play.
And as for the Capitals, they are making their way out here. Elise Denbo putting her water bottle on the net there. She's getting herself ready for what could be a bit of an onslaught of offense here from the Hawks with this early power play.
Yeah, definitely. And now it looks like these players are starting to get ready here, so we will see the puck drop for the second period. Sorry, can't get my words straight out here, but both teams looking to get that extra edge coming in this second period.
And looks like for the Hawks here on the power play, we are going to have Quinn McLaren with Erica Fiala, Abby Bordeaux, Cambry Martins, and Maya Pierce on forward. For the Capitals, they are looking like they're going with Fletcher, Bell, Matthews McCall, and number 16 of Jalen Duncan on the penalty kill for the Capitals. We are back underway here. That puck gets back to Fiala. Fiala tries to put that up to Bordeaux, but she's not able to pick up that pass. Goes back to Quinn McLaren. McLaren sends it over to Pierce, but Pierce not able to hold on to that pass. That puck goes all the way down to the Hawks' end, and that's going to be a foot race between Bell and Fiala. Fiala able to hold up her assignment there. Foster tries to send that puck to Martins, but that pass is just off target. Puck goes back into the Hawks zone, and that's going to be sent behind the net by Tria Entz. Clayton there on a strong penalty kill by the Capitals, holding on to that puck there in the Hawks zone. Able to turn away from the defender, and she's able to generate some here. That puck sent on net by Halyuk off the rebound, and Tria Entz able to locate that puck and freeze it for face-off.
Yeah, fantastic penalty kill so far for the Capitals, being able to really not even let the Hawks get through the neutral zone and get any opportunities in their own end. In fact, they got no opportunities so far on the power play, and the Capitals were able to get a few shots of their own and almost kind of a scramble in front of the net there.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely the way the Capitals are wanting to come out of that intermission, with a strong penalty kill. Quinn McLaren looks up ice. She sends it over to Caitlin Anderson. Caitlin Anderson tries to put it on deep for sister Jessica. That goes back to Caitlin. Caitlin sends it over to Mackenzie Cooling. Cooling sends it back to the defense, and Fiala sends that puck on net. That goes behind the net to Caitlin Anderson. Caitlin Anderson sends it behind the net. That puck goes back to the point to Fiala. Fiala sends it over to McLaren. McLaren tries to take another shot on net. That goes behind the net to Caitlin Anderson. Anderson spins around and sends it over to number 9 of Mackenzie Cooling, who registered a nice shot on net there on Elise Denbo. And it looks like we are back to even strength here. Both teams back to 5-on-5.
Definitely a solid closing of that power play, though. After not having the greatest start to that power play at the beginning of the period, they definitely were able to get their fair share of opportunities near the end of the power play.
Yeah, definitely nice to see they got a little bit of momentum at the end of that. That puck is brought up the ice by Boarded Wee. Boarded Wee sends it back to Maya Pierce. That puck gets sent down the ice all the way down to the Hawks zone. That's going to be picked up by Grenier. Grenier sends it back to Foster. Foster sends it up to Cambry Martins. Martins sends it over. That pass meant for Boarded Wee got to Grenier. Boarded Wee up the ice, up the boards here. She dipsy doodles and puts that puck in front of the net, but no one able to jump on that rebound. That puck goes down to Pierce. Pierce sends it in front of the net, and Boarded Wee races for that one. That puck shot on net, sent back to the defense of Poutot. Poutot fumbles with it again a bit, but registers a shot down low. That puck behind the net. Frozen battle ensues.
A little bit of anger being spread between both teams now, but that's to be expected when you get a scramble in front of the net there, and you're really trying to plug away and dig at there to get the puck in the net.
Yeah, and when both teams are hungry, you like to see, if you're the coach, that both teams are tenacious and wanting, fighting for that every inch. That face-off is won by the Capitals, sent up by Fletcher. Fletcher tips that, and that foot race is going to be won by number 5 of Michaela Nimitz. Puck brought up ice by the Hawks. Hawks send that deep. It's going to be sent to Matthews McCall. McCall sends that up to Fletcher, but that pass not able to stay on Fletcher's stick. Bell sends that one back up to Fletcher. Fletcher tries to send that on net, but over to Nimitz. Nimitz tries to handle that one, and she gets it on deep. That goes down to Vanstone. Vanstone picks that up, and she skates up ice with it, creating a little bit of time and space. And Vanstone dekes around Halyuk, still holding on to that puck and just making her way down into the offensive zone. That puck sent over to number 16 of Duncan. Duncan tries to get that up to Halyuk. Halyuk not able to keep control of that puck. Sent behind the net to Duncan. Duncan sends it over to Rumpley. Rumpley up to her teammate. That's brought in by Foster. Foster sends that one around. That's going to get stopped by Grenier. Grenier does a little stop-start there and gets the puck back deep. That goes to Jessica Anderson. And that puck goes up to Halyuk, but we are going to see another penalty on the play coming to the Central Plains Capitals.
And this will be another opportunity for the Hawks to really, pad on to the lead that they got. They're up 1-0, and after not starting the last power play, they would have wanted to. They're definitely going to look here to sort of improve a few things and get some more opportunities on this power play.
Yeah, definitely, and it looks like that penalty is coming to Sydney Rumpley, and it's going to send us to the Supplement King power play for a high hit. But that puck is played by Fiala. That's brought in by Matthews McCall. And Camry Martins picks up that loose puck, and she sends it over to Abby Bordewee. Bordewee comes into the offensive zone. She's looking. She puts the puck on net, and that's going to be stopped by Denbo.
Yeah, and sort of a scary play there, unfortunate play as well as, Fiala was trying to, shoot that puck and, kind of bobbled on her stick a little bit, and then the opportunity did come there for the Central Plains Capitals. But, not necessarily a bad play, as it was definitely more unfortunate that she did bobble the puck on that play.
Face-off tied up by Bordewee. That gets back to Foster. Foster puts a shot on net, and that's going to go right into Denbo's glove there.
Definitely a theme, though, this game. You're noticing a lot of shots from the point, really trying to confuse the goaltender. Both teams have done an excellent job of that so far.
Yeah, definitely planting a player in front of the net, try to create a bit of a screen. That face-off is won back by the Capitals, but it's going to be picked up by Caitlin Anderson. Caitlin Anderson sends it back to Grenier. Grenier tries to get a shot off, but she's met by Bell. A nice little pass over to Foster is Grenier, and a nice one-timer for Foster. That puck gets down deep. That's going to be picked up by Caitlin Anderson. Anderson comes around the boards, sends it over to Cooling. Cooling over to Grenier. And that puck goes on deep. Caitlin Anderson there, met by a defender. And it looks like we're going to have another penalty come to the Central Plains Capitals for a body check. That's good for boarding. And that's going to be going to number 5, Michaela Nimitz.
Definitely a scary sort of play there. It was accidental for sure, but yeah, definitely worthy of a penalty. And now the Hawks got a even better opportunity with the 5-on-3 for 47 seconds.
Yeah, with that 5-on-3 power play, we are going to be staying on the Supplement King power play. Athletes contact Supplement King and Swift Current and Winkler today. Back to play here. Abby Bordewee puts a shot on net there. That's going to be gloved right by Elise Denbo. And yeah, like you said earlier, Seth, the Hawks are going to be looking to get a stronger power play here.
Yep. And it's 5-on-3, so it's going to be a lot harder for the Capitals to cover up space.
That puck gets out to Pierce. Pierce sends it back to the point to Fiala. Fiala sends it over to McLaren, and a nice one-timer from the point.
A laser beam.
That goes back to Bordewee. Bordewee tries to meet Maya Pierce backdoor, but that pass just off target. That goes to Fiala at the point. Fiala looking. She sends it back to Bordewee. Bordewee tries to put that one on net and get a rebound, but Denbo able to collect that rebound.
Yeah, that's like the second time on that power play where Bordewee tried to shoot sharp ankle high to see if she could find that hole in the top corner. Definitely a really hard spot to hit, but she definitely got close on those two.
Must have been watching Jason Spezza too much going from that goal line shot, but it looks like we are going to be back to 5-on-4 here as the Capitals get one player back. That puck is misplayed by Grenier, and that's going to be picked up by Fletcher. Fletcher is in pursuit by Foster and able to get back and stop Fletcher for the Capitals. Grenier battling there with number 11 of Bell. Jessica Anderson comes around the net there and sends it up to sister Caitlin. Caitlin comes up past the blue line, and she puts the puck on net and gets it on deep and goes to pick up her rebound. She comes around the net there. And
what a goal!
That's why you chase your rebounds there, kids.
You don't often see those kind of goals too often, the sort of wraparound-esque goal there, but Anderson definitely getting lucky on that one, and what a nice goal.
Yeah, nice, yeah, like you said there, Seth, nice goal. Just a good effort to not give up on the play.
Yeah, for sure, and now the Hawks really adding on to their lead here.
Yeah, with 12:51 left in this second period, the Hawks have a 2-0 lead. Looks like number 13 of Matthews McCall having some words with the referee here, and is looking to maybe figure out why something maybe was or was not called on the play. Looks like the refs are going back to center ice here, and we are going to leave it as a goal here. But Seth, yeah, like you said, just a nice goal.
I wonder what the confusion is there on the play, but nonetheless, we're going to get back to play here after that goal.
That goal was scored by number 14, Caitlin Anderson.
What a play by Cambry Martins.
And Cambry Martins comes up the ice here. She sends it back to Fiala, but that puck is stopped by Kramer. Kramer sends it up to Solinski. Solinski coming up. She makes it past the blue line and registers a shot on Tria Entz. And that's first shot Tria's seen in a little bit there. She looking at the shots coming into this period. Only registered 10 shot. The Capitals only registered 10 shots, with only 4 of them having been faced now in this second period.
Yeah, definitely hasn't seen as much action so far as she did in the first, but we still have over 10 minutes, so things can change as a puck gets almost kind of...
Bit of a trick shot there from the point, but that's going to be brought up by Sydney Rumpley. Rumpley tries to force that puck up, and that's going to go back behind the Capitals' end. It's going to be picked up by Abby Bordeaux. She sends it all the way back to Quinn McLaren to reposition. And that puck goes on deep. Number 15 of Izzy Colatriglio is going to pick that one up. Puck goes behind the net, and that's going to be picked up by Grayson Carls. Carroll sends that in front of the net, and Grenier just able to keep that puck in the zone. That goes back behind the net, and it's going to be picked up by Solinski. Solinski tries to take her assignment. Goes all the way back to the neutral zone for Foster. Foster wheels in with speed, and she's looking for a play. She sends it up to Caitlin Anderson, and Caitlin Anderson not able to get a shot there. That goes back to Bell. Jessica Anderson takes a shot and sends that one deep. And puck gets back to the point, and the shot from Erica Fiala. Fiala's shot goes into the corner, picked up by Jessica Anderson. Jessica Anderson sends that over to Mackenzie Cooling. Puck goes on deep, and it goes back to Vanstone. Vanstone picks that up and comes up the sideboards. Goes behind the net there, and teammate Mackenzie Cooling's going to help her out. Got a bit of a puck battle there in the corner, and Mackenzie Cooling comes out of the corner with that one, sends it up to the point to Fiala. That puck squeaks out of the zone, back to Fiala. Fiala is looking for a outlet here, and she sends it over to Bordeaux. Bordeaux winds it up, and she's going to go for a bit of a skate here into the offensive zone, and she dipsy doodles, but not able to hold on to that one down deep. That gets sent up to the Plains Halyuk. Halyuk wheels up past the red line, and she sends it on deep. That's going to be picked up by Quinn McLaren with a little bit of time and space, and she's going to go for a bit of a skate here as well. She makes it past the offensive blue line and registers a shot there, and Elise Denbo is just going to glove that one up and get a bit of a stoppage of play here.
Yeah, Denbo seeing her fair share of action this period, 26 shots on goal already for the Hawks, and they're definitely coming on strong in this latter half of the second.
Yeah, definitely. With 10 minutes remaining, she's definitely seen a lot of shots here in the first 10 minutes she's faced. That puck goes on deep. That's going to be picked up by Michaela Nimitz. Nimitz tries to leave it for teammate number 17 of Fletcher. Fletcher comes out with that puck. She sends it up front to Lang. Lang not able to get a shot on that, but that goes to the corner to Bozic. And that puck is picked up by Hawks Puto. Puto goes behind the net and tries to get it over to Captain McLaren. McLaren gets that puck out of the offensive zone, or the defensive zone. And that puck is just going to be brought in offside by number 5, Michaela Nimitz.
Yeah, the Central Plains Capitals looking to get a few more opportunities as they haven't been able to get a shot in a while, and it just got caught offside there, but close to it, a good opportunity for them.
They definitely look like they're cranking it up a little bit in the last couple minutes. That puck is passed to Cooling. Cooling's going to enter the offensive zone, and she puts it through the defenseman's legs. And Foster gets a shot on that and sends it on low. There's going to be a little bit of melee in front of the net between the Anderson sisters and some of the Capitals. Jessica Anderson said, "Don't mess with my sister."
I think it was the other way around, actually. The older sister looking out for the younger sister, but yeah, that's kind of a funny thing to see out there. Smiling about it too after.
Definitely an entertaining thing to see when the sisters are out there working together and standing up for each other. That puck goes behind the net to Matthews McCall. Matthews McCall sends that up to, I believe, Taylor Bell. Jessica Anderson sends that puck in deep, and Caitlin Anderson is in pursuit, applying some pressure to the Capitals here, but that puck squeaks out of the zone, and it goes to Fiala. Fiala sends that to Anderson, who sends that back to behind the net for Denbo. Denbo not able to cradle that one altogether, and that one squeaks out. Puck goes to Maya Pierce. Maya Pierce holds up and tries to send that to Bordeaux.
Pretty good, pretty nice goal there. Great patience by Pierce, too, on the play to hold the puck, wait for an opening. Avi Bordeaux gets right into the perfect spot, and then Pierce with the excellent pass, and Bordeaux makes no mistake placing that puck top corner.
Yeah, beautiful play by Pierce and Bordeaux on that. Another Pembina Valley goal brought to you by Evolve Green. And we're going to be back to play here. Face-off won by Bordeaux. Bordeaux sends that up to Pierce. Pierce gets that puck in deep. And that's going to be sent to Halyuk. Halyuk not able to get a stick on that puck. And Camry Martins sends that back to Fiala. Fiala has a little bit of time and space, so she takes a shot on Denbo there.
Yeah, 3 goals scored for the Hawks so far, but, Denbo, despite having 3 goals scored, she's had an excellent game so far, already 27 saves in the game, and, she's been definitely padding to those goaltender stats there, and she's having an excellent game so far, despite some of the goals being scored.
Yeah, definitely a solid performance so far today. That puck is going to get back to Foster. Foster sends that one back in deep, and that's going to go to number 4 of Clayton. Clayton battles with Foster there on the boards, and Lang and Foster now getting engaged a little bit. Cambry Martin sends that puck to the front of the net, but nobody able to jump on that rebound. Clayton and Couteau back at it, and that puck goes back to Quinn McLaren. Quinn McLaren's got a defender on her. She sends it into the corner for Couteau. Couteau manages to get that puck in her skates there. And puck goes back to Matthews McCall. Matthews McCall sends that puck in deep. That's going to be picked up by the Hawks. And fluke play there almost ended up bad for the Hawks. But Couteau is going to bring that puck up ice, and it's going to send it into the corner. That's going to be picked up by Caitlin Anderson. Anderson sends that down deep, and that's going to be picked up by the Capitals. Cooling gets a stick on that puck, and she manages to hold on to it. Gets it over to Jessica Anderson. She sends it back to Cooling. Cooling tries to get it back to Grenier, but Fletcher able to intercept that puck. Fletcher able to put that into the corner, and Anderson's going to battle with Michaela Nimitz.
Caitlin Anderson's going to get a penalty for it, too. Yeah, I know, kind of an interesting play along the boards. Both players tied up, kind of, and then a little bit of a takedown there into the corner. But, now this is definitely the most opportune time for the Central Plains to start trying to get back into the game here.
Yeah, definitely. This will be a good time for them to, like you said, Seth, get back in the game here. We are going to go to have a penalty kill for the Pembina Valley Hawks here. Face-off won by the Hawks, and that's going to be picked up by Pierce. Pierce has got 2 with her. She's got Bordeaux, and on a short-handed attempt, nice play there by Boardwee and Pierce to generate some offense. Pierce with a nice back check there to pick up that puck again, and she tries to send it back to Boardwee. Boardwee battling on the boards there with Bell. And Vanstone able to get a stick on the puck and get it out of the defensive zone. Rumpley's going to send that up to Clayton. Clayton comes up the boards, and she's going to met by Vanstone. Bell tips that puck around Boardwee. And just a nice easy shot there for Tria Entz there. And face off just to the glove side of her.
Yeah, a great shift, penalty-killing shift there for Boardwee and Pierce. Pierce being able to chip that puck past the defender on the attempted pinch, and trying to create another really nice goal like they did earlier on that 3-0 goal.
Yeah, Maya Pierce missing some time early in this year. We weren't really at the beginning of the year able to see some of the chemistry that these two have.
What a move.
What a play by Cambry Martins, and on the penalty kill, able to get on a breakaway.
Yeah, just a nice toe drag to get around the defender, and after that she had a pretty clear eye to the goal and sends it, in that dangerous area, low blocker, high pad area, just an area where goaltenders, it's often really hard to get a shot in that area, but when you do, it's almost always perfect.
Yeah, just a good all-out effort there by the Hawks on the penalty kill. We saw they were able to get an opportunity with Pierce and Boardwee, and now Cambry Martin's able to capitalize on the penalty kill. We're back to play here. Matthews McCall sends that puck over the net, and that's going to go back to the Central Plains. Matthews McCall tries to send that one towards the net, and that's going to be picked up by Kramer. Kramer comes around. That pass is just off target and sent back into the Hawks zone. That clearing attempt sent back to Duncan. And Duncan able to get a shot on Tria Entz there. And with 5 minutes remaining in this second period, the Pembina Valley Hawks are ahead 4-0. Shot clock currently sits at 33-17, and just a good performance so far by the Hawks today.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely trying to rewrite. Really doing a good job at rewriting the script from yesterday.
That puck gets sent on deep into the Capitals' end, and that's going to be picked up by number 15, Colatriglio. And goes back into the Capitals' end. Duncan tips that puck to Lang. Lang sends that around, and that's going to be picked up by Fiala. Fiala manages to keep that. Lang is going to be coming around the net with that, and we're back to even play here. And Jessica Anderson looked like she maybe got a little bit of Abby Boardwee manages to pick up the puck there. Well, as the play ensues, looks like behind we got Jessica Anderson a little bit hurt, but Abby Boardwee on the other end able to generate off of a top shelf snipe. And Abby Boardwee really showing her dominance here in today's game. Just adding to those stats that she has. Just coming out of the corner and able to hold on to it. Her shot placement just is really just exceptional in today's game, and every other game we managed to call Abby Boardwee. But back to play here. The puck is going to end up on Cambry Martin's stick, and Cambry holds on to it, enters the offensive zone. She's going to go for a bit of a skate here, go behind the net, and she's going to wheel, sends that back to Poutot. Poutot manages to hold on to that puck, and over to McLaren, and a lightning shot from McLaren from the point there. And Haliuk going to be sent on a bit of a run there, but Foster able to hold on to that puck and take it from her opponent. Poutot sends that one behind the net, and that's going to be picked up by Abby Boardwee. Boardwee sends that one up the boards to Pierce. Pierce not able to get that across to Cambry Martins, but Toe able to gather that puck. That puck gets sent on deep, and that's going to be picked up by Abby Kramer. Kramer looks over and tries to send that to number 17 of Fletcher. Puck ends up going deep into the Capital zone, and Scarf able to get a stick on that one and hold on to it. Gracie Carroll's able to get a stick on the puck. Gracie comes around the net there, and she's looking for an outlet, not able to find one. And Abby Kramer trying to deke around Fiala there. Puck ends.
Uh-oh. That won't probably come back.
All right, we're back to play here. Sorry for the technical difficulties there. That puck gets sent down back to Lang. Lang's met by Anderson. Anderson. And a scrum ensues in front of the net here, and looks like temper's starting to flare out there. And looks like we are going to... Test. That puck is going to be picked up by number 18, Abby Borden-Wee. Okay, puck sent up to Capitals Nemitz. Nemitz comes across the blue line, and she's going to lose the puck. That's going to be sent to Borden-Wee. Borden-Wee sends it over to Maya Pierce. Maya Pierce trying to get around the defender. And that's going to be brought out of the corner by Halia, but Cooling able to get a stick on her. Matthews McCall sends that behind the net to Duncan. Duncan didn't see nothing, so she sent it back behind the net. Gracie Carroll's picks up the puck, and she tries to take a shot on net there. And we're back to face off just to the glove side of Elise Denbo, and puck's gonna be held up by Anderson. Going to be brought up by number 4 of Clayton. Clayton not able to keep that one onside, and we're going to get a face-off just to the outside of the Pembina Valley Hawks zone, and we're going to get a change up on the defense. We're going to get Quinn McLaren with toe out, and face-off won by the Capitals. And a little bit of melee in front of our bench here. Puck is sent out to Fletcher. Fletcher sends that across ice to Kramer. Fletcher comes up ice, and she's got 2 defenders on her, and as she puts that puck on net, and Tria is able to hold on to it for a face-off. And looks like with the face-off here, we are going to get a line change for the Capitals. Number 10 of Abby Kramer taking the face-off versus number 5 of Marissa Fair. The Capitals able to win that face-off back to Duncan, and Duncan able to register a shot on Tria Entz. with only 12 seconds remaining in the period. The Capitals looking to try and generate a little bit of offense here. That face-off is won by the Hawks. And not able to get out of the zone is the play, and that's going to get sent over to Marissa Fair. Fair tries to get a stick on that, and we are at the end of our second period here in Morden, Manitoba. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we are going to have to reset our stream here, so I apologize for all you at home. We will be back in just a few to cover the third period.